it's the first time I really saw IU like her whole range of like acting skills because
bro.
you can see she really get angry, she really get upset, some parts you can see she lost hope.
What's up?
And welcome to our coffee shop. I'm your host, Ting Yong, and welcome to another episode of the KopiBros show presented by the Chit Podcast Network. For those who are tuning in via YouTube or any other sort of podcasting platform, hi again. Thank you so much for tuning in and giving us a try. We are just a Singaporean duo that are talking about
K-dramas.
Okay, I'm joined by Paul. How are you doing, Paul?
Not too bad, bro. Enjoying the long weekend. I think tomorrow is another day that we have a rest day. Yeah, so not too bad.
Hey, I'm so looking forward to tomorrow, man, because I don't know for you but the past Saturday and Sunday always got things to run on. Then it's like you don't have the full day to yourself. Tomorrow is really like nothing on.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, I think that's important. If not, some of us, we look forward to the weekend so much, right? But then do so many things, then you don't have time to rest. Right? Then end up it's like you go fresh into the week like even more tired than you were.
A series or a movie came out like on Netflix or something. Then like, I want to watch this in the weekend. Then after that you plan for it, right? Then you look forward to it. Then you realize that actually Saturday, like not much time to watch, or you watch a bit, then you have to stop and go do something.
Yeah.
Then like
it's always like that, bro.
two days.
I think it's like
you didn't get to finish the thing or anything.
Yeah, it's like in any kind of like movie series or TV series, And then sometimes I always say, okay, I watch next time. Or I put it off, Then end up with like example like the Peaky Blinders, right? It came out I think very, very long ago, like before COVID, right? I only like watched it like after COVID.
Oh.
Yeah. And then it's like
that one I'm even lazier than you. I go find the 1 hour summary to watch.
Oh, you don't even want to watch the whole thing?
I'm not ready for the emotional commitment.
Yeah. Actually, to be honest, right, I'm more of a movie person because I know that I just need to dedicate like 2-3 hours for it.
I see.
I don't need to dedicate like 16 episodes to watch a series.
Have you watched any movie or series over the weekend?
Oh yeah, so but then it's an exception because recently there's this Korean drama, When Life Gives You Tangerines.
Oh,
It came out I think early March, and then it was like it's a series of like volumes, right? Volume 1, 2, 3, 4. So first volume come out in the first week of March. Second volume comes out second week of March, and then so on and so forth. So I only watched starting around the third week of March, so the 3 volumes, and then just recently over the weekend I watched the final volume.
If you look at our thumbnail, Paul is really getting into a topic that we're talking about, which is the ongoing recently launched K-dramas. But before we talk about K-dramas, right, we have to talk about our Kopi segment, which is the news update every week. So the news that I picked today, right, is that a man 22 years old allegedly delivered a dead rat, live spider, and hell notes to a flat in Yishun. And is arrested for loan shark harassment. So, wow. How do you hear about this news?
When you said rat, right, the first thing I came to mind was the Sukiya. They found a dead rat inside the soup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I didn't hear about this.
It's a totally different thing. It's food poisoning.
So this guy he basically like those Along runner, is it?
Correct.
And then he delivered a dead rat to somebody's house.
Yeah, to a Yishun flat. Like traditionally, I only know like
splash paint,
big head,
hang big head. Yeah.
I first time here got live spider and dead rat. This kind of shit one.
I think cause maybe splash paint will be too much of a. It's like you get caught easily. You get caught straight away for vandalism and all this. I think, and then big head. I think not very common these days. Yeah, not cheap also. Yeah. Did he manage to catch the guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
actually, the news is trying to say that he was charged for this loan shark.
There's always like loan sharks and like money lenders and all this, right? But I think the fact that they are still using young people like 22 years old people to be their runners in this age and society, I think it's quite concerning.
That's true. Have you experienced or like have anyone around you, or have you heard any stories of like loan shark involvement?
I live in a street in Bukit Batu. Not like my 2 houses ago, right? And then I think there was a neighbor that borrowed money from loan shark. Once in a while, I will see like incidences, like the guy will come and tap the window with the key. Yeah, and then I can hear like once in a while I can hear shouting. But then I was very young at that time, so I don't remember what happened. But all I can remember is there was a police, like 2 police officers came by. They were asking like neighbors like, what's going on. All right. After the police came, right, then the incidences and the noises went away.
This one actually happened on us because my previous mate, I don't know what happened or what went wrong. She go borrowed money from shark.
Yeah.
And maybe to her it's a very big amount, but I think to us it's a very ridiculous amount. It's like Sing $200 plus only. Then the loan shark harassment started because cannot pay ma. Then very lame lah. I find the harassment very lame because all they can do is that they'll call and like threaten and scold you, but they won't appear one.
Yeah.
They'll just keep sending that kind of like Lala Move, Grab Food, Food Panda, that kind that they will deliver food to your house, right? And then they will say, oh, you have to pay this kind of thing.
Oh.
And then, yeah, it's very lame because, okay, number one is a harassment, yes. But a lot of these drivers or riders, right, it's like they waste their time, they don't earn from this. Then the restaurant wastes food. Then we have to spend time like telling them that, hey, you have to report this thing. And, because I think the food delivery services, they encountered this enough to know that, okay, you can report this and then you don't need to get paid for this. Sorry, you won't get charged for it.
Okay, yeah.
But reported the matter to police. The police also say the same thing. He said there's honestly nothing much they can do unless they say that, okay, if they like outside like threatening your life or like threatening to like you shoot danger, they call them is correct, right? But if they never do any of these threatening things, right, they say very sorry. There's nothing much you can do except to like ignore them, right? Because they are very good at using like bad words to incite your anger or your sadness, this kind of thing, because I mean that's all they can do. They won't appear in front of you. I know that in this case they did, okay, but in my case they didn't lah. My takeaway is that don't borrow from loan sharks. Number 2, I mean, if this kind of thing happens, right, of course safety first, but try as much as possible to just ignore them lah. I know it's not easy because like they will really scold you. They will use that very very hard to take in words lah, but the police also say the same thing. You just have to ignore, and then over time you'll slowly go away.
Last thing to end off. How does one even encounter a loan shark? How do you even like approach them to borrow money? How do you even get the context?
Apparently, there are 2 kinds. Some have grown very legal in the sense that if you see a lot of these legal money lending,
license money lending.
That one is you really sign contract. That means that even if you go to police, all police can do is that, okay, you all 2 sit down, you all go like go some installment payment or whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's because it's signed in contract, right? So those are the higher class one. How do you say those the by left one? They do a lot of TikTok advertisements. So apparently they target a lot of mates, a lot of these people that
to borrow
in the
money
same circle. You need quick money or what? That's why teens always become loan shark runners because they are the ones that started owing loan shark money first. Then they become their runners.
To pay back.
So TikTok, a lot of these advertisements, they are very skilled at hiding the messages right? Some of them will just say get rich quick, or like they'll say
a
job that pays you $100 per hour, this kind of thing. Yeah.
Don't worry, I never borrowed money from before.
Not like macam I run a loan shark but this is what I understand. Okay, so I think this is for this week's news flash. And maybe some public service announcement. Okay, let's get into the actual meat of the episode. Okay, so like Paul said, right, for Paul, drama, right, is life gives you tangerine. Okay, when life gives you tangerine, I think the English translation a bit lame. Okay, you should just say when life gives you lemon, right? Then people will know. Yeah, but the Chinese translation is actually very apt. It says 苦尽甘来. So 苦尽甘来 in Chinese means that after the bad parts are over, the sweet parts of life will come. But the gan instead of sweet, right, they change to the gan as in the Chinese word for tangerine. So it's actually a very, very smart wordplay. I'm reviewing a K-drama that is still being released. It's called Hyper Knife. So we will be talking about it from a few perspectives. The plot, the performances, the intrigue, the emotions, and the favorite scene. I invite Paul now to talk about his K-drama and his favorite actress inside the K-drama.
That's right, man. Kind person. I'm not the kind of person that is very good at expressing like maybe what I have watched or what I've experienced. Maybe not very well in a sense, but I think the moment there's like IU and then my girlfriend loves like Park Bo Gum, right? So I think it's like the perfect show for us to watch together.
That's the best combination. Yeah,
it's the perfect show to watch together, and we only chanced upon it after we came back from Japan. And then it was like saying like, oh, actually we wait for all the episodes to come out that you watched. And then it was like around the 3rd week of March, so it's like, okay, we just watch first because by next week all will come out. Right. Yeah, so I think we started watching a few episodes. Quite interesting lah, right? Very nice. And then, actually, how far can I go with this? Should I spoil everything or not?
Okay, I think you can give a general view
Synopsis,
of what the story is about.
Yeah.
Then say why you like it. Then I think the favorite scene we can put a spoiler down there lah, because you cannot talk about your favorite scene without giving context.
Yeah. Okay, so this general synopsis of this show is like so IU and Park Bo-gum, right? They are like childhood friends. She didn't really grow up to be wealthy lah, and then her mom was like those traditional deep sea fisher. So like literally they would dive and like fish for abalone, seaweed, all this lah. Yeah, and I know in the past, last time Jeju not very the healthcare not very good, and then the work that they do also not very safe. So like the lifespan of people in the past were like shorter lah, you know. Yeah, and then everything also was shorter. Like you tend to get married earlier, you tend to have kids earlier. Park Bo-gum and IU stay together lah, and then because he so devotedly like her, right? She was supposed to get married to somebody else, the richer guy, and then but the guy is like she has to marry to become the second wife, that kind. But it's not Park Bo-gum, yeah, correct. So but Park Bo-gum still wants to like chase her and woo her lah. Yeah, as the story progresses, they two decide to run away. Their runaway story didn't go well, so because they got caught. Okay, but I just want to say, like in this story, they divert between timelines quite fast. So they like go back to like 1960 something, and then they were sometimes in between the shows they'll fast forward to 1998, fast forward to 2006 maybe. Yeah. So the original characters Park Bo-gum and IU, right? So they were together. So when they fast forward, it shows them as an old couple. Or like an older couple, yeah. And then they do have children lah. So one of the children, which is their oldest child, right, is a girl. So IU plays in the future IU plays the oldest child as her own self. The main plot of like when life gives you tangerines, right, it means in the original translation it means like, oh, thank you for your hard work. Jeju terms, yeah. So I think that's the original meaning behind the thing. So instead of like when life gives you lemon, you make lemonade. The roller coaster of emotions. I think if I could rename the show, right, I would rename it when life gives you onions or something like that. Yeah. I mean, it's a tearjerker show lah. Everybody knows that.
Thank you for your hard work. Yeah. Sounds like a much nicer. If you ask me, personally, I prefer that as a title lah.
The tearjerker, and everybody knows that. Like, I think pretty sure you scroll through TikTok and you will definitely see like plots and scenes from the show lah.
How about the intrigue and the performances from IU?
Oh yeah, okay. So another thing about this show is it's very realistic. Like there's not like cliche romance, typical K-drama kind of thing, and there's like no villain. Okay. Oh. Yeah. There's no like what what's that show? The Penthouse, that kind of like murder mystery, or like really there's one person that you hate because it's like a villain, right? Like how you see this couple navigate through life. Okay, and then life itself is like there's ups and downs. There can be good moments, there can be bad moments. When the bad moments come, it's really like hit you like a truck, that kind of thing. You know, it's very realistic and relatable to so many people, right? And like I spoke to Midday, I think Midday also got say like because he himself is already a father, right? Yeah. So he relates to the show very well. He has a daughter also. So it's in the exact same. A lot of parents with kids, right, can understand they are going through. And then like it also portrays like what the kids view of the parents, you know, when they're growing old, then they find them a bit like annoying, irritating, frustrating. From the parents' point of view, it's like all they want to do is like they still want to see their kid as much as they can. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, even though they moved out, or even though like they grow up and then like life brings them on like different journeys lah. So I think that to me the most important thing and how this show really portrays to us, right, is like the human factor lah. It's like very very relatable, and I would definitely recommend like people to watch it.
For me, right, I watched snippets of the show, right, and I think it's the first time I really saw IU like her whole range of like acting skills because last time I watched some of her shows, right, she has a certain she has a certain set of character and emotions that she will play. Like
sometimes she play like celebrity really, kind of.
Yeah, correct. She really widen. Like you can see, she really get angry. She really get upset. Some parts you can see she lost hope. Yeah, so I think the range is very wide for her performance.
Yeah, I agree with you actually on her like the personalities that she can play over so many different kinds of K-dramas. So like that, what Helter Del Luna, producers, all this, she played that very celebrity high.
Aloof kind,
not aloof, like high celebrity and like very princess-ish kind of feeling, you know. And this show is more of like down to earth, you know. And then even in this show, she plays two different characters, right? So like she can still portray like the teenager, rebellious kind of person, but at the same time also like those humble, down to earth, motherly looking figure.
I see.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite scene?
Her father like actually went to pick her up, like wait for her to at her college.
Oh,
because she went to study in Seoul University, right? While the parents continued working in Jeju Island. And then the parents never ever take like vacation leave for this. Yeah, so I think he decided to go and pay her a visit, but then she was out the whole day. So he already reached there like in the early afternoon or early morning. So he waited at like the bus stop for her, right, the entire day until she came back.
Wow.
So I think that part is like really very
unconditional love.
Yeah,
very
correct. And the actor that played the father, right, portrayed the role so well, man.
Actually, I agree that some Koreans have some of the very, very good, a lot of supporting actors, right? Their acting skills sometimes like is so good that to me it sometimes overshadows the main actors. Especially those that act as like grandmother, the kind of father, that kind of supporting actor number 3, this kind got a lot of this kind of.
The roles, it's like the roles that that people can invest their emotions in, that kind. Yeah. The actor is Park Hae-jun. Yeah. So he plays like the older version of Park Bo-gum.
Actually, to be honest, before this, when you and me are talking about it, I'm not really interested because I don't like to really watch this kind of no main plot. Then like not
exciting,
not kind of shows. But the more you say, the more I feel like maybe I should give it a go.
I think you should give it a go because me dad said, right? Not my words, his words. He said it's the best Korean drama he watched in the last 4 to 5 years.
Whoa! Okay.
Okay. Wow. No, but and this director is also very raw emotions Korean dramas. My personal rating, right? I will agree with that. I think this show is like better than Crash Landing on You, that kind.
Wow. Okay.
I would say 4.5. 4.5. Yeah.
Can.
It's like 96% rated online already. Maybe I biased to IU and all this.
So it's already out on Netflix. How many episodes are there, Paul?
Full 16 episodes are all out. Yeah.
Actually, just nice. Tomorrow can watch.
Start now, maybe. Tomorrow can see how.
So my turn.
Yes.
Okay. So Paul introduced a K-drama from Netflix. I'm introducing a K-drama from Disney Plus.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, this K-drama is called Hyper Knife. Okay, so the main actress and actor inside, right? The actor is called Soo Kyung-gu. He's close to 60 already. The actress is called Park Yoon-bin. Her previous notable role was in Extraordinary Attorney Woo.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she's the autistic lawyer inside. Give everybody a idea of what the show is about, right? So basically, Park Yoon-bin and this Soo Kyung-gu, right? They are surgeons. Yoon-bin is like the novice, the up and rising surgeon, are very, very good in terms of kind of like surgical skills. And then the Soo Kyung-gu is like the teacher lah. In her pursuit for surgical excellence, right? Her moral compass sometimes gets very suspicious. Okay, so for example, right? Like when her teacher's supposed to perform a surgery, right? And then she thinks that the teacher is like unconfident in the surgery, right? Instead of telling the teacher, right, she gave the scalpel, like, when you give like sharp object, you're supposed to turn the sharp side towards you and then you give the blunt side to the person, right? She turned the sharp side towards the teacher and just like take over, then here got blood. That means cannot do surgery already. So because she's the one that performed.
What, intentional or?
Intentional.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so this is like a very small thing, but this one is like the start of all her other things behind lah. Okay, so I won't go into detail of what the things behind happened. Okay, except to say that it included murder, it included a lot of cover up, and then and then it also included things like, for example, the teacher. Because at the first 2 episodes, I keep thinking that the teacher is like the epitome of like what is right. He's supposed to bring this student back onto the path of righteousness. But then as the episodes go on, right, you realize, actually he also has skeleton in his closets. He's not fully like very just like, how to say, very open also. These 2 characters, they are like reflections of each other, but at the same time, they are also quite different in the ways they do things. Very different from what you say about the Life Gives You Tangerines.
They are different.
Because I feel that this is a lot more like exciting, more pulsating, more like intrigued. Like I always want to watch the next episode to see what happens.
How did you discover all these shows? Or just like chance upon it on Disney Plus?
I have a bad habit of like watching shows, I watch the like 10-minute, 20-minute summary, right?
Yeah.
So I subscribe to some of these channels. And sometimes they're like, oh, this new episode come out, there's a 10-minute. Then I start watching, like, this show like not bad Then I'll go Disney Plus, start watching. Yeah.
Like if you see those 10-minute reviews and you feel like if you're not interested in it, then you just
Yeah.
You just
I take it that I've watched this show already. Yeah.
Okay.
Peaky Blinders 5 seasons. Sometimes I'll feel like a bit too long.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
Like, too much.
Yeah. So this one I have to give props to Park Yoon Bin because, like I said, the last performances I've seen from her is the Extraordinary Attorney Woo. And then in there she's like so innocent, so like autistic, right? High functioning autistic lah. Here, right, she's like this. Wow, this out of this world. Like she's not unhinged, you know. She's sane in the sense that she knows what she wants and she knows what she's doing. She knows that it might not be morally right, but she's doing it. I urge everybody go watch all the scenes that she's like in between the sane and unsane part. Like the time she kill people, the times that like the blood splatter on her face, and you see her eyes. Oh,
become like
that kind of scene.
Like she thirsts for blood. All this.
Yeah, it's I don't know how to explain it. Like
psycho, a bit psychotic.
Correct. People, as in I've seen people act psycho because a lot of Korean shows got psycho ma. But I have never seen someone like her eyes like, you know, like she's sane, you know, she's doing crazy things but she's sane, that kind of feeling. Yeah, so I'm actually quite impressed by this very like totally different performance from her previous one. Yeah, so same as you, I'll give this a 4.5.
Oh wow, two very strongly reviewed.
Yeah, but this one I think only 4 episodes out at the moment. So
4.5 as of now lah.
Yes, I hope it doesn't crash and burn. Seriously, K-dramas do have a tendency to crash and burn.
They rush the ending or like they don't close all the gaps, right? Yeah, I understand.
Like Itaewon Class was one I lost.
Oh my god!
First halfway, I had to keep watching just to finish it.
Started okay, right?
Yeah.
Then I felt the ending was a bit too meh.
Okay, so that was our K-drama episode. Alright, that was our K-drama episode. If you enjoyed that, please remember to give us a like and subscribe. If the episode comes out every Monday, but at the same time, if you're into football, the Football Kaki with Paul here, that drops every Wednesday. And our Game Show Drafting podcast with Paul and myself, the SG Draft podcast that drops every Friday. Now, in addition, if you're into fun knockout tournaments, we have a really knockout tournament that goes on our Instagram tournament every Monday to Thursday that is unique tagged to this week's episode. Likely, it will be maybe best K-dramas or best K-dramas on screen couple. Okay, but if you love to vote, you can head to our Instagram stories at 12 p.m. to vote. Hey, now we hope you guys have a great time enjoying all these K-dramas. But remember,
a Kopi keeps your troubles away.
And remember, when life gives you lemon, you make
lemonade.